Dr. Rosslyn Biggs, our extension beef cattle specialist, joins us now to talk about an important topic, animal disease traceability. Give us an idea of what this entails.
Well, animal disease traceability, the principles now we're probably a little more familiar with after having gone through almost a year in the COVID pandemic. But the basic understanding of it is where an animal would have been exposed to a certain disease, whether that be a foreign animal disease or what we call an endemic disease, which is a disease we have here in the United States. Once they are infected, what other animals would they have potentially exposed, and where could it have gone from there?
And veterinarians and government agencies get right to work if something happens, right?
Absolutely. Our veterinarians in private practice are absolutely on the front lines, and so it's a cooperative effort between the two groups to make sure that our national herd stays healthy.
What else is involved in traceability? Just in general, there's a few things just to keep in mind.
Well, certainly records are critical, and I think at a basic level, each producer needs to evaluate their record keeping ability, because are you to be involved in a disease outbreak or a trace effort, then you need to be able to say, this animal was here, they arrived at this time, they were here for this period of the year, and this is where they traveled to after that.
What is the current process for IDing livestock?
We've had a long-term history in the United States of identification, and most producers will be familiar with, again, those metal tags that have been used for some time. When it comes to official ID, again, we are expanding into radio frequency or electronic identification. We've actually seen a interest from the USDA to move that direction. Currently, though, the program, there is no mandatory all animals have to be ID'd. I think that can be a bit confusing. There are certain classes, in particular in cattle, that are required to be identified if they move across state lines. And for our beef cattle, which is most of those that we have here in Oklahoma, that's going to be breeding cattle 18 months of age or older.
There is a cooperative effort between the USDA and the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture in this effort. Give us some information on that.
Absolutely. Oklahoma received 550,000 tags, electronic ID tags, to provide really free of charge. All you have to do is pay the shipping cost for those tags. Those tags are identified, are dedicated rather, to breeding animals. So he's looking to put those in replacement heifers and potential herd sires that are going to be in production for a number of years. And these tags, in particularly electronic ID tags, put us in a better position to respond if we were to have an incursion of foot and mouth disease, for instance. And we want to be able to identify that first animal and then launch into the plan after that.
This is kind of a complicated issue.
Absolutely. It's complicated. There's multiple factors that need to be considered when a producer takes a look at what traceability, what identification methods works for their operation. And it's really important that producers visit with their veterinarians to find out what is available and what makes sense for them.
Okay, great. And those tags, the best bet is to work with the Department of Ag, and they have some information on their website?
Absolutely. The Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry, specifically the Animal Industry Division, they have information on their website. Folks can also call 405-522-6141 to get information via phone.
Great. Good talking with you. Thanks a lot. And for a link to the website that Dr. Biggs mentioned, just go to sunup.okstate.edu.